Good day everyone, my name is Rovelyn Medina Asher and today I will going to discuss a limits. Limits suggest a boundary that may be reached or not or possibly exceeded. So limit n approaches to infinity, an is equal to L. The limit of an L as an increases without bound is L. So the basic limits is limits n approaches infinity, 1 over n is equal to 0, and limits n approaches infinity, n is equal to infinity. So properties of limits, if lim n is equal to a, and a limits n approaches to infinity, b n is equal to b, and c is a constant. So here's example 1. Limit c is equal to c when limits n approaches to infinity. Number 2, limit n approaches to c multiplied by a sub n is equal to c, and limit a approaches to infinity is equal to a multiplied by a sub n. So limit n approaches to infinity, a sub n plus b sub n is equal to a approaches to infinity, a sub n plus limit approaches to infinity, b sub n is equal to a plus b. 4. Limit n approaches to infinity, a sub n multiplied by a sub n is equal to lim n approaches to infinity, a sub n, and limit n approaches to infinity, b sub n is equal to a multiplied by b. 5. Limit n approaches to infinity, a sub n divided by b approaches to n is equal to limit of n approaches to a sub n is equal to limit approaches infinity, b sub n is equal to b a over b, or b not equal to 0. So here's an example. So number 1 is limit n approaches to infinity, n plus b is equal to limit n approaches to b, a sub n is equal to limit c n approaches to c. Ang limit is ilista na siya og infinity plus b plus 6 is equal to infinity. So example number 3, limit n approaches to infinity is equal to 4, n plus 1 is all over n is equal to limit n approaches to 4 over n plus 1 over n. So limit n approaches to infinity, 4 plus 1 over n is equal to limit 4 approaches to infinity plus limit n approaches to 1 over n. So ang 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. So that's all for today. I hope you'll learn a lot of this video. Thank you, and this is Rovelyn Medina Asher, your student.